Did you know? After the age of 60, your brain can shrink by up to 5% every 10 years. It's not because we're losing our sharpness, but because sometimes our nutrition can no longer support our brain cells the way it used to. But here's the good news. We can slow that process down. In today's video, I want to share with you 8 familiar animal-based foods that have been scientifically shown to nourish memory, protect brain cells, and keep your mind clear and focused, even well into your 70s. So come along with me. Let's explore these 8 delicious foods that are not only good for your body, but may just be nature's medicine for your memory. Number 1, fatty fish. You know, there's something people don't talk about enough. Memory loss doesn't just happen overnight. It slowly fades because we forget to take care of our brain the right way. And if there's one food that can truly help your memory stay sharp and your mind stay clear, it's fatty fish. My dear friend, over the past 30 years, I've cared for thousands of older adults. And here's something I've noticed. The ones who still remember things well into their 70s and 80s, almost all of them eat fish regularly, but not just any fish. I'm talking about naturally oily fish like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and herring. So what makes these fish so special? They're packed with omega-3s, especially DHA and EPA. Now, your body can't make these on its own. And DHA, it makes up over 40% of the fats in your brain. It's not just fuel, it's the building block for your brain cells. It helps keep the connection strong between the parts of your brain that store memory and process thoughts. A study published in the Journal of Neurology found something amazing. Older adults with higher levels of DHA in their blood had up to 47% lower risk of dementia. Yes, you heard that right. Nearly half the risk, just by eating fish a few times a week. So what's the simplest way to start? Eat fatty fish 2-3 times a week in moderate portions. Try steaming, baking, or lightly braising. Skip the deep frying because it ruins those healthy fats. Don't like salmon? Sardines in a can are a great option. Affordable, nutritious, and easy to pair with salads or whole grain toast. For seniors, I often recommend adding ginger, turmeric, or black pepper when cooking fish. It helps with digestion, reduces that fishy smell, and even adds anti-inflammatory benefits for the brain. I remember one of my patients, Raymond, 68 years old. He came to me and said, "Doc, I keep forgetting where I parked my car, and sometimes even my granddaughter's name." I didn't give him medicine right away. I just said, "Raymond, start with fish, regularly, every week." 4 months later, he walked in, smiling, and said, "Doctor, you won't believe it. I remembered the song we played at our wedding." You see, sometimes the magic doesn't come from a pill. It comes from a simple meal. Done right. Now tell me, have you had any fish this week? What's your favorite way to enjoy it? Or is there something stopping you from cooking it? Leave me a comment below. I truly read every message and would love to hear your story. And if this video gave you even one helpful idea, go ahead and tap subscribe. Every week I'll be right here sharing little things that can make a big difference. Like an old friend walking this journey beside you. Caring for your memory doesn't have to be complicated. All it takes is a small start. One meal at a time, and the belief that we can hold on to what matters, if we truly want to. Number 2, beef liver, chicken liver. There's one food that our parents used to treasure, but these days it's been almost forgotten. I'm talking about liver, one of the most powerful superfoods that modern life has quietly pushed aside. I still remember. When I was a boy, my mother used to cook chicken liver with onions or make pork liver porridge on cool evenings. The kitchen smelled so rich and comforting. Back then, I just thought it was tasty. But now, as a 60-year-old doctor, I finally understand. My mother was quietly nourishing our brains, one humble meal at a time. Liver, especially beef and chicken liver, is one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. And if you're over 60, this may be exactly what your brain has been needing. Why is that? Liver is rich in 3 vital nutrients that older brains crave. Vitamin B12, which helps form myelin, the protective sheath around nerves. It improves memory and processing speed. Heme iron, the most absorbable form of iron, boosts oxygen flow to the brain and helps fight mental fatigue. Choline, which the brain uses to create acetylcholine, a key neurotransmitter for learning and memory. One study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults low in vitamin B12 had 6 times higher risk of cognitive decline. Let that sink in. 6 times. And here's the hard truth. Many older folks start to feel forgetful, foggy, or confused. Without realizing it could be a sign of long-term B12 deficiency. So how do we fix this naturally? Eat liver just once or twice a week in small portions, about 3.4 ounces or 100 grams. Chicken liver is soft and easy to cook. Try it sautéed with onions or in a comforting porridge. Beef liver is richer and great for pan-searing with garlic, turmeric, or cilantro. Avoid deep frying or eating too much. Liver is powerful and a little goes a long way. I had a patient, Elaine, years old. She came to me feeling tired, unfocused, and mentally cloudy. Her blood test showed a serious B12 deficiency. I didn't prescribe pills right away. I said, Elaine, let's try something simple. Just eat chicken liver twice a week. 2 months later, she came back. Holding a novel in her hand, she smiled and said, Doctor, I read 5 chapters in one sitting, and I still remember all the characters. You see, sometimes the solution doesn't come from a fancy prescription, but from the traditional meals we've quietly forgotten. Now tell me, when was the last time you ate liver? Do you have a dish that brings back memories of childhood, of your mother, or of simpler times? Share your story in the comments. I read every message and I'll reply whenever I can. And if this video brought back something meaningful for you, a memory, a feeling, a truth, please hit that subscribe button so we can keep walking this journey together. Eat to remember what matters, to remember who you are, at every age and every beautiful season of life. Number 3, eggs. I once asked an older patient of mine, when was the last time you clearly remembered something from 10 years ago? She paused for a moment, then gently replied, I can't recall, doctor. Lately, I keep forgetting things, one after another. My dear friend, if you've ever felt like that too, today I want to tell you about one of the simplest, most affordable, and most overlooked foods that can help sharpen your memory and keep your brain clear. It's eggs. Yes, eggs, especially the yolk. Egg yolks are one of the richest natural sources of choline. Now, choline is a key nutrient that helps your body produce acetylcholine, a vital neurotransmitter for memory, focus, and mental clarity. Without enough choline, your brain cells lose connection. It's like a wire being cut. Signals get slow, or even worse, lost. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults with higher choline levels that tend to have stronger memory and a lower risk of cognitive decline. And here's the good news. Just 1 to 2 eggs a day can give your brain most of the choline it needs. But eggs don't stop there. They're also a wonderful source of vitamin B12, which helps prevent memory loss and supports your nervous system. Folate B9, which boosts mood and reduces mental fog. Lutein, which is great for your eyes and also helps reduce brain inflammation. A big factor in age-related memory issues. So what's the best way to eat eggs? Boiled eggs, gentle on digestion, packed with nutrients and perfect for older adults. Lightly fried eggs, tasty but use minimal oil. Egg porridge, warm, soothing, and ideal for mornings or days when you feel tired. Keep it moderate, to 2 eggs per day is a good amount, and pair them with vegetables, fruits, or whole grains for balance. Now, I know some people worry about cholesterol. If that's you, talk to your doctor. But don't fear eggs blindly. What's more dangerous is forgetting what your brain actually needs to stay sharp. I remember a patient, Linda, 64 years old. She used to avoid eggs completely because she heard they raise cholesterol. But after we talked, she started eating boiled eggs every morning along with fresh fruit. 3 months later, she came back, smiling, and said, Doctor, I'm not as distracted anymore. And guess what? I remembered the name of my childhood best friend. You see, Busty, sometimes the answer doesn't lie in a bottle of pills. It's sitting right there on your breakfast plate. So how about you? Do you eat eggs during the week? Is there an egg dish that brings back memories of family meals, childhood, or simpler times? Tell me in the comments below. Read everyone, and who knows, your story might just inspire someone else to reconnect with their own memory. And if this video helped you in any way, please hit subscribe so we can keep walking this path together, one small step at a time toward a clearer, healthier life after 60. Keeping your memory strong doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it begins with something as simple as a humble egg and a heart that's ready to take care of itself. Number 4, natural cheese. I know. When people hear the word cheese, they often think of fat weight gain or even heart trouble. But today, I'd like you to look at cheese a little differently. Not just as a comfort food, but as something that can nourish your brain and help you stay mentally sharp each day. You see, natural cheeses, especially cheddar Gouda or Parmesan, are rich in an amino acid called tyrosine. Now, tyrosine isn't just another nutrient. It's the raw material your brain uses to make dopamine and norepinephrine, the very chemicals that help you stay alert, respond quickly, and even feel a bit more joyful. Have you ever found yourself struggling to respond during a conversation or taking a moment to remember what you were just talking about? Well, tyrosine might be one of the keys to getting that mental clarity back. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Psychopharmacology found that people with enough tyrosine in their diet responded faster in situations requiring memory and quick thinking. And after age 60, even a 1-second delay in mental reflexes can be a sign that your brain is slowing down. But that's not all. Natural cheese also contains vitamin D, which helps regulate brain immune function, boosts mood, and supports memory. Zinc, a mineral essential for how your brain cells send signals to each other. So yes, a small piece of cheese can carry a lot of brain-loving nutrients, especially for older adults. Now, how can you enjoy cheese without worrying about weight gain? Choose real minimally processed cheese. Stick with 1.2 thin slices a day as a side, not with crackers or sugary snacks. Pair it with apples, grapes, or a few walnuts to boost nutrition and balance. And most importantly, don't fear cheese just because someone said it might make you fat. What's truly concerning is when your brain begins to slow down and you don't know why. One of my patients, Mr. Raymond, 50 years old, once told me he felt like his brain was in a fog. After making a few changes in his diet, including adding just a little natural cheese each morning, he came back and said, "Doctor, I won't say I'm a genius, but I am answering my grandkids' questions a little quicker these days, my friend." After 60, the greatest gift isn't just living longer. It's staying clear-minded, present, and engaged in the life around you. And sometimes you don't need an expensive pill, just a slice of real cheese at the right time in the right way. So how about you? Are you eating cheese the right way? Do you have a favorite way to enjoy cheese that's both tasty and healthy? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I read each one because your stories help us all grow stronger together. And if this video brought you even a little clarity or inspired you to care for your brain a bit more, please hit subscribe. I'll be back every week with simple, thoughtful tips to help you stay healthy, clear, and vibrant. Your memory is what helps you remember who you are. And if a slice of cheese can help protect that, why not start today? Number 5, shellfish. If you're in your 60s and starting to feel a bit more forgetful than usual, you might be missing a small but powerful mineral for your brain, zinc. And the good news? It's already sitting right there in some of your favorite seafood. I still remember the first time I told one of my older patients, if you love oysters, clams, or shrimp, go ahead and enjoy them. They're not just delicious, they're brain food. Shellfish like oysters, mussels, clams, crab, and shrimp aren't just tasty treats. They're packed with zinc, selenium, and vitamin B12, 3 key nutrients for memory, focus, and clear thinking. Why are these so important for older adults? Zinc supports memory and focus, especially when learning something new. Vitamin B12 protects your nerves and helps prevent brain fog and slow thinking. Selenium acts as a powerful antioxidant, shielding your brain from age-related damage. One study from the University of Maryland found that seniors with low zinc levels often struggle with short-term memory and mental processing. And here's something else. As we age, our bodies absorb less and less B12 from food, yet our brains rely on it more than ever. So, how can we eat shellfish in a healthy way? With shrimp or crab, go for steaming or boiling. Skip the deep frying. For oysters or clams, try grilling with scallion oil or steaming with ginger. Simple and flavorful. Aim for 2.3 servings of shellfish per week, rotating between types to get a steady dose of zinc and B12. Remember, you don't need to eat a lot in one sitting. Just eat regularly, consistently, and cook it right. I had a patient, Mr. Thomas, 68, who kept forgetting his medication schedule. He also struggled to focus while reading the newspaper. After some tests, we found he was low in zinc and B12. No fancy pills. Just my advice. Have shrimp twice a week and oysters once a week. 6 weeks later, he called me up with a chuckle. Doctor, my wife says I've stopped zoning out so much. You see, sometimes the best medicine isn't in a bottle, but on your dinner plate, fresh from the sea. If you're watching your cholesterol or on a special diet, talk to your doctor first. But don't overlook the incredible gift that shellfish offers your brain. So tell me, do you eat shellfish regularly? Which kind is your favorite? Have you noticed any changes in memory since turning 60? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and if this video has helped you think differently about memory and health, please hit that subscribe button. So each week we can learn something new together, gently, naturally, and in a way that sticks. A tiny shrimp might just help you remember a lifetime. Never underestimate the gifts nature has quietly placed on your plate. Number 6. Grass-fed beef. Have you ever felt tired for no clear reason, like you were about to say something, but suddenly forgot? Or maybe you've noticed your mind just doesn't feel as sharp as it used to. If so, you might be missing something very simple: iron. And one of the best undersources of iron, especially for older adults, is high-quality grass-fed beef. Now, why does good red meat matter for your brain? Well, grass-fed beef isn't just delicious. It's what I like to call a natural brain tonic. It's rich in heme iron, the most absorbable form of iron, which helps carry oxygen to your brain. Creatine, which gives your brain cells the energy they need to stay sharp. And it also contains vitamin B12, zinc, and choline, all key nutrients for a healthy nervous system. When your body doesn't get enough iron, less oxygen reaches your brain, and that leads to symptoms like fatigue, brain fog, poor short-term memory, and even a sense of being lost or disoriented. One study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with low iron levels had significantly worse memory and slower thinking compared to those with healthy iron levels. Here's something many people overlook. Iron deficiency is surprisingly common in postmenopausal women and men over 60, yet it often goes unnoticed. Grass-fed beef also has more omega-3s, less bad fat, and more anti-inflammatory compounds than regular factory farm beef, making it even more brain-friendly. So how do we eat it right? Choose grass-fed beef when you can. You can usually find it at organic markets or health food stores. Eat in moderation. 2 to 3 servings per week is enough. About 3.4 ounces, 100.120 grams per serving. Pair it with veggies high in vitamin C, like bell peppers or oranges, to help your body absorb more iron. Cook it gently. Grill, pan sear, or stew. Avoid deep frying. I once treated a gentleman named Henry. He was 74. He'd go to the store and forget what he came for. We tested for Alzheimer's, but the real issue was chronic iron deficiency. No fancy medications, just 2 servings of grass-fed beef per week. 3 months later, he walked into my office looking brighter, more alert. And you know what his wife told me quietly? "Thank you, doctor." He's not confused like before. You don't need to change your whole life. Just begin with small things. A quality cut of beef cooked with love can help your brain feel sharper, more focused, and more emotionally alive. So tell me, do you eat red meat regularly? Have you felt more tired or forgetful since turning 60? Leave a comment below. I read every single one, and I truly appreciate hearing your stories. And if this video helped you see something valuable, please hit subscribe. Every week, I'll be right here sharing small but meaningful ways to care for your health, your memory, and your well-being as you age. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next video. Number 7. Bone broth, skin, and tendons. There are nights when I just can't sleep, not because of pain, but because my mind keeps spinning, replaying old memories, unfinished tasks, and things I should have said. And in those moments, an old habit brings me comfort. A warm cup of bone broth before bed. It might sound simple, but for someone in their 60s or 70s, this is more than just food. It's a gift. For the brain, for restful sleep, and for that deep sense of peace inside. Collagen and gelatin, nourishment for memory, and calm when you slowly simmer beef bones, chicken tendons, or fish skin for hours, something magical is released. Gelatin, a precursor to collagen. And gelatin is rich in glycine and proline, two powerful amino acids that help soothe your nervous system, ease anxiety, and support deep healing sleep. And why does deep sleep matter? Because during those hours of restful sleep, your brain does its most important work, strengthening memory, processing emotions, and repairing itself from the day's stress. Without deep sleep, you might forget your keys, miss appointments, or find it hard to concentrate like you used to. A study published in Neuropsychopharmacology found that glycine found abundantly in bone broth helped older adults fall asleep faster, sleep more deeply, and wake up with a clearer, calmer mind. At the same time, collagen types I and found in beef tendons and chicken skin not only support your joints, but also stabilize your central nervous system, reduce stress, and enhance mental resilience. So how do we add this to our lives? Just 1.2 pots of bone broth per week is enough. Made from beef bones, chicken skin, or fish with the skin on. Simmer for at least 6.8 hours on low heat, or use a pressure cooker if you're busy. When it cools, a soft, jelly-like layer will form. That's your gelatin, and that's a good sign. You can sip a small cup in the evening, or use it as a base for soups, stews, or congee. I remember one patient, Mrs. Linda, age 67. She told me she often felt anxious for no clear reason and couldn't sleep through the night. I didn't give her sleeping pills. I simply asked, "Have you ever tried a warm cup of bone broth before bed?" 3 weeks later, she came back, her eyes brighter, her smile lighter. She said, "Doctor, I'm sleeping better. And in the morning, it's like my memory comes back with the sunlight." I smiled, because I've seen this happen with so many others over my 30 years as a doctor. You don't always need expensive pills or fancy supplements to care for your brain. Sometimes, all you need is a pot of slowly simmered broth, a little patience, and a deep love for your body and mind. Are you having trouble sleeping lately? Or feeling like your memory isn't what it used to be? Share your experience in the comments. I read everyone and I try my best to reply personally. And if this video helped you in some way, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss the next gentle tip I share. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you in the next video with a warm cup of broth and a heart full of peace, my dear friend. After watching this video, do you feel like you might be missing one of these important foods? Have you been forgetting things more often, struggling to focus, or just feeling mentally tired, especially in the afternoons? If so, I'd love for you to share how you're feeling in the comments below. I read every single one, and I do my best to reply just like an old friend walking beside you on this journey to stay sharp and healthy through the years. If you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button so I can keep sending you simple yet powerful tips for your health after 60 every single week. And if you have a personal story, a small question, or a piece of wisdom you'd like to share, don't hesitate to write it down, because you never know. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to find peace and clarity in their memory today. Thank you for spending this time with me. I wish you strength, clarity, and calm in your days, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.